Welcome to Personal Mastery Training. I'm your host, Alvin Brown, former world class athlete turned entrepreneur and consultant. Join us as we learn from guests who have conquered their inner battles and share their journeys to success. Get ready for inspirational masterclasses and thought provoking strategy sessions to fuel your path to personal mastery. Let's dive in. Hey everybody, what's going on? All right, this is another strategy episode of Personal Mastery Training. All right, so here's the topic today. Forget 10x. Everything starts small. Now, this is coming from my consuming some of Grant Cardone's material, and his entire brand is about 10xing your life. And that sounded really great to me because I love that motivation. I love that let's go for it, let's go all in. And I used to promote that to my clients and to anyone who would listen. And I would think it in my head, let's go 10x. But a lot of times that can become overwhelming. That can become where you don't quite meet that level of 10x. And what does that even mean? Now, I'm not here to cut up Grant Cardone at all. I'm all in. If anyone who can do that 10x, beautiful, do it. I'm not that guy who believes in jumping on somebody's coattail and doing the opposite of what they're doing so I can build my brand off of going against what they're saying. No, I'm not that guy. I celebrate Grant. Awesome. But here's what I was thinking with this whole 10x business is everything starts small is another wisdom that my mentor Norm Trainer gave to me. Everything starts small and then we can work on 10xing from there. So I find that, for instance, those who are starting out, how do you even go 10x? When you think about 10x in your business, what can you go, how can you quantify 10x? What does that mean? Moving from 100,000 to a million, going 10x. What does that mean and how do you even do it? How do you get started? If you're ready health wise, how do you go 10x in your health? How do you go 10x in your relationship? How do you go 10x, so on and so on? It can seem overwhelming and some people don't even get started. So I'm going to talk to it from this level. Why don't we go 1x, one times where you are now? Think about that for a second. Everything starts small. Remember what the wisdom my mentor gave me. Everything starts small. What if we start thinking 1x and then add up, compound, stack the 1x's, and then we build the courage to get to the 10x. And when we look back, all those 1x's, all of a sudden you're doing multiples. So let's talk about 1x in your health. If you are overweight, unhealthy, you have a diagnosis of a condition that may shorten your life, why don't we 1x? So that might mean going for a walk every day, planning in your schedule 30 minutes of cardiovascular. That might mean cutting back on one meal, doing some fasting, different types of diets that you might get into or meal plans, hiring a coach. 1x. Just that one small step. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with that first step. 1x. Let's talk about your finances. Maybe in your finance, you can start to put together some metrics, a plan to grow your income, create new buckets of accounts that you have, a spending account, a savings account, an investing account. That might be your 1x. Get another income fund, an income stream coming in, 1x. Start going back to school, learning a new trade, learning something new that will help 1x. Real estate, investing, that might be 1x. In your relationship, scheduling a date night, 1x. You choose the area, your business, hiring a coach, hiring someone new, getting rid of something, getting rid of expenses, that might be 1x. You see what I'm saying? So why don't we start with the smallest move? Everyone can make a small move. So I want you to, here's the strategy then. Think about the area that you want to 10x, that you want to grow in. And let's take it back. If we start with the idea that everything starts small, what's the least thing you can do? It has to be a game changer though. For instance, your health. Tomorrow, schedule in. I'm going to put my shoe by the door. I'm going to execute a half hour every day. Go for a walk while I do have my meeting. Something, cut out something. I'm going to stop eating past 9 p.m. 1x. In your business, financial wise, what if you cut back on something, the Starbucks, whatever it might be, and get rid of that frappe latte, whatever, and start to take something to work? Cut back on something. Stop purchasing the next new gadget and start an account. Start putting that into that account. One of the best things I ever did, talk about 1x. When I first had the kids, I believe in automation. I started to think about this and I thought, there's a reason why the government, any government, takes their money first from your pay. And if they're wrong, you go after them to get it back. However, they're not going to count on you paying them all the taxes you should pay. So they take it from you first. So I'm thinking, okay, we tend not to have that discipline to put that money away for that time we need to pay. What if we have something automated that takes it out? So I started to go to my bank and they had this automatic payment that came out. Now I used to take out $100 out of every check every week. $100, 100. Hardly we can drop 100, no problem. Spend it. And I gotta tell you, that action, that 1x, has saved me so many times in my life so far. Those times when I need some funds right away, I've got this liquid account there that I could go in and tap, and I've been accumulating the $100, $100. $100 out of your paycheck is not a big deal. We do that on a cell phone. What we put in the account, that's your 1x. And again, it ties into one of my pillars, consistency. The more consistent we are, taking that 1x, 1x. I work out every day. I don't call it a workout. I move every day because that's my keystone to better health. I don't do extravagant workouts though. I just believe in showing up, giving it the best I can that day, and not having a rule that I have to just crush it every time. But I know one thing: if I make the effort, the 1x, and show up, it makes it easier to show up again the next day, and again the next day, and again the next day. That's the 1x. And it pays me off. The days when I don't feel like giving it 100, I've got bank of days when I gave it 100 because it's consistent. I was doing the 1x, 1x. Imagine laying low, coming out, going 1x on your health, and you pull something or it hurts and you stop. This is what happens to a lot of people. They go 10x in January. By February, they're either hurting or it's boring or the routine, and they're gone. And they go 10x again in September because, the summer and winter's coming. Then they go, you see what I mean? So 1x. So forget 10x. Right here, right now, where you are right now, think about the one thing you can do to move you towards the goal you want in any area: relationship, business, athletics, your financial life. How can you go 1x? That's easy to think about, right? Jot it down because everything starts small and start to take some action. So forget 10x, let's go 1x and build and stack it. Stack your wins. All right, I hope that helps. That's a strategy session. Journal on that. Write it down. Do this action. I put this out there because these are things my clients are going through, I've gone through, and I want to share it with you live and direct. So 1x your life and stack it. All right. Until next, if you know someone who is struggling constantly, just in a rut, and feeling overwhelmed by everyone else who they think is going 10x, share this with them. Like, subscribe, share. Let's build this community. This is what I'm out here doing, and a lot of great things are starting to happen for me because I'm consistent, and I want this for you. All right, until next time, be relentless about your pursuit for personal mastery. And remember, the world is screaming for your originality, for originals in a sea of copies. All right, peace.